Hi, Nicole here. So, you know you're with a narcissist or somebody with a cluster B personality disorder, and you know you have to deal with it. Your head understands, but your heart won't listen. I get it. So many people get it. So many people have been through exactly what you're going through. It's so confusing. It's so painful. It's so very complicated. And anybody who's never lived through it will never understand. But there are a lot of people who do. So you're not alone. And you don't have to go through this by yourself. So first of all, I want to tell you that there's really logical explanations for why it's so hard to get your head and your mind to match, right? You know this person, you've given them 1,000 chances, you know you keep taking them back, you know that this word salad that they're feeding you never actually matches up to their actions. So you're pretty clear that they're lying, right? But for some reason, we keep falling back in their grasps like a calf to the slaughter, right? And if that's the case with you, don't beat yourself up about it. The narcissist has already beat you up enough. You don't need to do it to yourself. It's but what helps you is to come to terms with why and educating yourself. And there is a lot of education out there. So, but you want to be careful because it gets complicated and confusing, and you can sit and just obsess about narcissism all day long, every single day, and that is not going to solve your problem. But what you do need to do is learn the tools and the strategies and the techniques necessary to help yourself overcome this situation. Because you have no control over the narcissist, right? We cannot control the fact that this person has an issue, they're not listening. We keep working with them. We keep trying to explain our situation, our feelings to this person. They don't want to change. They don't care if it hurts us. They don't care how it's ruining the lives of their children or their partners or even their own life. But they're not budging, and you're not going to get them to budge because statistics have proven these people don't want to change, so they're not going to because they don't believe they have a problem. They believe you're the one with the problem and it's you that needs to change. And for once, I actually agree with them. Scary, never thought I'd say I agree with a narcissist. But they are correct in the sense that you do need to do the changing because you cannot change them, but you can change yourself and how you're dealing with this situation, what you're doing about it, or lack thereof. The first thing needs to happen is you need to find out why you're still with a person who you know is harming you, who's harmful to your very well-being, your very emotional stability, and now even physical issues you probably see manifesting since you've been with this person for an extended period of time. But I've got good news for you. There are answers and there are solutions, and that's exactly why we have started the School for Narcissistic Abuse. And enrollment is open now starting November 17th. And we really would love to see you there. We want to fill the room full of people who get you, understand you, and can support you, who validate your experience and have the tools and the capacity to help you to overcome this very difficult situation. You see, there's a lot of components involved here that are contributing to why you're staying. You've got the simple fact that you're in trauma bond and you're in love with this person, so you're experiencing a lot of the Stockholm syndrome complications, right? We're falling in love with our perpetrator and we don't know how to make sense of it. It's all very confusing. And that has a lot to do with the simple fact that one minute they're really great and nice, and then the next minute they're abusing us. And our brain gets confused because of the release of the different hormones, and it actually causes the hard wiring in our brain, if you will, to overheat and malfunction. And we aren't capable at the moment to deal with it because it's all too overwhelming and too complicated. The other thing we're dealing with is the simple fact that we love this person and we don't want to give up on them. We don't want to have to. We made vows, we made commitments, we have children, we have lives built, we have future plans. We've put our entire lives into this basket, and now we're having to realize we have to do something different because it's not working for us. It's a really hard pill to swallow. The other thing is to have to accept the fact that this person isn't going to change and it's not going to get better. And hope. Hope. Oh, hope is such a powerful thing. It could be so good and yet so bad. Because on one hand, hope is great when you have something realistic to obtain, but hope is horrible when the reality is one that you really don't want to have to accept, that this person is not going to get better because they don't want to. The other thing is you're probably dealing with some kind of trauma or abuse in your background, which primes us and prepares us and preps us to accept abuse later on in our lives. So you have all these factors contributing and competing, not to mention we have a lot of the time broken down self-core, self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-love. And that's after years and years and years of being browbeaten and put down and totally, I say they have like a chisel and they come and they chisel away at our self-esteem one little chisel at a time. And before we know it, there's nothing left. Not to mention our bodies abandon itself when we're with a narcissist because we have to. They demand it. But even science shows now that the parts of the brains associated with confidence and self and how we feel about ourselves and how we connect with ourselves actually cannot handle trauma, and we disassociate from that part of us. So it's hard. So hard. But there is hope and there is help in the arena of the fact that you can actually, we're living in a time when the world is full of an education and material, and you have access to tons of data, and there are solutions, and there is a way out of this situation. It's complicated, it's not easy, but you can do it with the right resources. You can teach yourself how to feel confident enough to be able to overcome probably the most difficult time in your life. So this was the reason why I created this school. I'm also partnering up with a variety of other survivors who are coaches, who are lecturers, and who have overcome narcissistic abuse and have learned a variety of tools at your disposal. So check us out. The link is in my bio. You can also find us at livingwellcoaching.com. My brain disconnects sometimes, excuse me. Hope to see your smiling face there, and we would love to support you. We also are partnering up with a variety of resources, networking opportunities, like our coaching, our open sharing groups 3 times a week. Take advantage of those. They're free. You need that. That's why I created that for you. It's because you need to be accepted, validated, heard, and be with people that get it. And I've put them all in one room for you. So go there and get what you need because you're worth it. And I will hopefully see you there.